Hey everybody, welcome to Burton Avenue. I'm Angie and I love my cutter. I can teach you to make amazing things with your cutting machine, like home decor, wooden signs, custom apparel, and so much more. I want you to love your cutter too. Welcome to day 12 of my 25 Days of Craftmas series. In this series, I'm showing you how to make 25 different Christmas projects using a cutting machine. And I'm sharing the SVG files I used to make these projects for free. So if you've missed any of the previous days, be sure to check them out. For today's project, I'm showing you how to make this cute ornament tree pallet sign. The great thing about this sign is you can use any colors to match it to your own holiday decorations. For this sign, you're going to need a pallet sign, ornaments, a star, vinyl, transfer tape, paint, and of course a cutting machine. I'm using my Cricut Explore Air. You can find the complete list of supplies below or over on my blog at burtonavenue.com. Now let's head over to the craft room and get started. The first thing we need to do is grab the SVG file we'll be using for this project. You can get it for free on my blog at burtonavenue.com. I keep all the SVG files for the projects I make in my free SVG library. These files will work with all kinds of cutting machines and are free to everyone. Once you're on my site, just click on Free SVG Files and then Free SVG Library. You'll need a password to get into the library, and there are instructions on the screen if you need to get one. Once you're in the library, you can search for the file Be Merry. It will either be listed under the most recent projects and cut files or under the Christmas category 25 Days of Craftmas 2019 Day 12. So go ahead and click on that link and the file will be downloaded onto your computer. When you download files online, they usually come in a zipped folder and you'll need to extract them before you can upload them into your software. To do this, we're going to double click on the folder we just downloaded. A new window will pop up and you should see the option to extract all. Click on that and a new window will pop up. This one will show the destination where your unzipped files will be saved. You need to remember this location because you'll have to get to it later. Click on the extract button and the unzipped files will be saved onto your computer and ready to use in Cricut Design Space. So let's go over to Cricut Design Space and start a new project. Over on the left, click on Upload, and then Upload Image, and then click Browse. Now find the SVG file we unzipped earlier. So sometimes these SVG files appear as a Chrome HTML document. So if you don't see SVG file listed, look for that instead. Double click on the file name, and then click Save. Select the image one more time, and click Insert Images. And your design will appear on your Canvas screen. So for this project, we're just going to resize this design to 10.5 inches wide. And that's it. Before we send it to our Cricut, we need to right click and choose Attach. Now go over and click on the green Make It button. This screen will show what your design is going to look like on your cutting mat. If everything looks good, click on the green Continue button. Then select your machine from the drop-down list. Once Design Space finds your machine, you'll be taken to a new screen. Now I'm using foil adhesive vinyl for this project, so I set my dial to Custom. Now I'm going to click on Browse All Materials, and then I'm going to scroll down and click on Adhesive Foil, and then click Done. Now I can go load my cutting mat. Place a piece of vinyl on your cutting mat and smooth it out so there aren't any wrinkles or bubbles. Then load it into your machine by pressing the up and down arrow button. Once your machine is ready to go, the C button will light up. Press this and your Cricut will start cutting. When it's all finished cutting, press the up and down arrow button again to unload your mat. The first thing we need to do to this sign is paint it white. It took me a couple of coats to get full coverage, and I used a small little paintbrush to get inside of the cracks. Once the paint has finished drying, we're going to make our ornament Christmas tree. Start by marking the center at the bottom of the sign. This is where you're going to glue on the first ornament. Place a dab of glue on your ornament and then put your ornament on the sign. You want the top of the ornament, or the part where you hang it from, to be at the top, and you want that to be touching the sign so that it will be kind of covered by the next row of ornaments. Now you're going to glue 2 ornaments above the first one. Center them and make sure that they are straight. Then add an ornament on each side of those so that you have 4 ornaments on that row. Repeat up the sign with 3 ornaments and then 2 ornaments and then 1 ornament. Finish off the sign by gluing on a star. The star I used was actually a star for a tree. I just pulled off the spiral part and then glued it into place. Now that we've created our tree, the last thing to do is to add our vinyl design. Remove the excess vinyl from around the words, and then cut a piece of transfer tape and place over the design. Use a scraper and rub firmly over the design to help it stick to the transfer tape. Then trim off the excess transfer tape. Flip the design over and carefully pull off the vinyl backing. Then position your design onto the wood sign. Use a scraper to rub over the design again to help it stick to the wood, and then carefully pull off the transfer tape. And that's it, your sign is done. Since I used a pre-made wooden sign, this project was super easy. I just love how it turned out. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow for another day of Craftmas. See ya!